Photosynthesis in higher plants. Question and answers. The element which helps in oxygen evolution in the process of photosynthesis is manganese and chlorine. Dash is the product of the dark reaction of photosynthesis, phosphoglyceraldehyde. In the C4 pathway, Krebs anatomy occurs where mesophyll have small chloroplast, whereas bundle sheath have larger agranular chloroplast. Chlorophyll is soluble in organic solvents. 3-PGA is first stable product in carbon reduction cycle or C3 cycle or Kelvin-Benson cycle. In the majority monocots, the first stable product of photosynthesis during the dark reaction is oxaloacetic acid. The first event in photosynthesis is photoexcitation of chlorophyll and ejection of electron. The ratio between 2 carbon and 3 carbon intermediates having NH2 group formed in photosynthetic oxidation cycle is 2:1. Results of light reaction are ATP and NADPH2. A plant leaf is found to have bundle sheath cells having large sized chloroplast full of starch granules. Which of the following characteristics can be observed in this plant? Presence of PEP carboxylase in mesophills, presence of rubisco in bundle sheath cells, light reaction and carbon fixation as carbohydrates occur in different cell types. In photosynthesis, for fixation of one molecule of glucose, the number of ATP and NADPH2 required is 18 and 12. Match it. Primary CO2 fixation, PGA product. Primary CO2 acceptor, PEP. C4 plant, maize. Dash is a copper containing protein acting as a mobile electron carrier in thylakoid membrane, plastocyanin. In the light reaction, the assimilatory powers produced are ATP plus NADPH plus H+. CO2 acceptor and carboxylating enzyme in mesophyll cell of C4 plants are respectively PEP pepcase. Photooxidation of chlorophyll is prevented by carotenoid. In photosynthesis, the first step is electron release by chlorophyll A. The common molecule between the Krebs cycle and C4 pathway is oxaloacetic acid. Molecules involved in Calvin cycle: A. RUBP, B. PGA, C. Triose phosphate. Maximum trapping of solar energy is observed in growing algae in tanks. In photosynthesis, the light independent reactions take place in stromal matrix. How many additional ATP is used during the synthesis of 2 molecules of hexose in maize than a tomato? 24. Correct statement about cyclic photophosphorylation. It does not involve NADPH formation. Only PS1 is involved. It does not generate oxygen. How many ATP molecules are generated in Calvin cycle? 0. In the dark reaction of photosynthesis, assimilatory power is used for the reduction of PGA. Which is correct statement? In cyclic photophosphorylation, oxygen is not released as there is no photolysis of water and NADPH is also not produced. Question number 28. C2 cycle is studied in those plants that show photorespiration. 29. A reduction in the quantity of oxygen evolution during photosynthesis may be observed at light having wavelength more than 680 nanometer. Question number 30. NADP plus is reduced to NADPH in non-cyclic photophosphorylation. 31. Algae used by Calvin and associates for photosynthetic research is chlorella. 32. What is PAR range? 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. Question number 33. How many ATP molecules are generated in Calvin cycle? 0. Question number 34. Regeneration of 6 RUBP in C3 cycle requires 6 ATP. Question number 35. A major limiting factor for photosynthesis in C3 plant is CO2. Question number 36. In light reaction for the synthesis of ATP, the site is stromal side of the thylakoid membrane. Question number 37. Dash does not evolve oxygen during photosynthesis. Photosynthetic bacteria. Question number 38. How many pigment molecules constitute a single photosystem? 250 to 400. Question number 39. Correct statement. ATP formation during photosynthesis is termed as photophosphorylation. Krebs anatomy pertains to leaf. Question number 40. The green algae used by T.W. Engelmann in his prism experiment is Cladophora. Question number 41. Correct statement. Carboxylation of phosphophenol pyruvate results in the formation of oxalic acid in C4 plants. Question number 42. If a wavelength of above 680 nanometer is available for excitement, the product of the reaction will be ATP. 43. At what concentration of CO2 C3 plants shows saturation? 450 micron per liter. Question number 44. Dash not produce oxygen during photosynthesis. Rhodospirillum. Question number 45. ATP and NADPH plus H plus both are required during the conversion of dash in C3 cycle. PGA, it gives PGAL. Question number 46. Rubisco enzyme can act both as carboxylase and as oxygenase. In C4 cycle, it functions as mainly carboxylase activity, minimizing oxygenase. Question number 47. Only the green part of the plants could release oxygen in the presence of sunlight during photosynthesis was explained by John Ingenhouse. 48. The electrons that are removed from photosystem 2 and photosystem 1 during Z scheme must be replaced. This is achieved by electrons released by splitting of water and photosystem 2. Question number 49. According to chemiosmotic hypothesis, ATP synthetase form ADP when protons H plus move from thylakoid lumen to stroma by facilitated diffusion. Question number 50. Correct statement with respect to Blackman's law of limiting factor. Photosynthesis consists of a light and dark reaction. Question number 51. Liberation of oxygen when green cells in water are exposed to sunlight in presence of suitable acceptor is called Hill's reaction. Question number 52. Effectiveness of different wavelength of light on photosynthesis is measured by absorption spectrum. Question number 53. Photosynthesis is a physicochemical process. Question number 54. Ribulose diphosphate carboxylase oxygenase is located in chloroplast. Question number 55. The C4 plants are different from C3 plants with reference to the primary CO2 acceptor. Question number 56. The protons that are produced by the splitting of water accumulates within the lumen of thylakoids. Number 57. The cell organelle associated with photorespiration is peroxisome. Question number 58. In chloroplast, the site for initial photochemical reaction is thylakoid membrane. Question number 59. The product of light reaction in green algae is ATP, NADPH plus H plus. Question number 60. According to the chemiosmotic hypothesis of ATP formation in the chloroplast, which one does not contribute to the development of proton gradient across the thylakoid membrane? Reduction of NAD plus to NADH plus H plus. Question number 61. How many turns of Calvin cycle yield one molecule of glucose? 6. Question number 62. During photorespiration, the decarboxylation reaction occurs in mitochondria. Question number 63. The pigment involved in red far red light interconversion is phytochrome. Question number 64. A granum is made up of stacks of membrane bounded flattened discoid sacs called thylakoids containing the molecules of chlorophyll. Question number 65. A wasteful light induced respiratory process releasing CO2 is called as photorespiration. Question number 66. The law of limiting factor for photosynthesis was enunciated by Blackman. Question number 67. Who proposed the CAM pathway of CO2 fixation? Rohani and Associates. Question number 68. Two pigment system theory of photosynthesis was proposed by or concept of evidence for existence of two photosystems in photosynthesis was given by Emerson. Question number 69. Who received the Nobel Prize for working out the early carbon pathway of photosynthesis? Calvin. Question number 70. Dash technique was used by Calvin in determining carbon pathway. Chromatography.